Welcome back to another live lifts. No better place to be than getting strong on a Friday night. Let's attack the bar. Ooh, yes. Welcome back. This is the third week of strength training, if you're just joining us. As usual, did more warm-up off screen, straight into it, attack the bar. That feels really nice. Nice and recovered after 2 days off. Last trained on Tuesday. If you remember the previous live stream. So we had Wednesday, Thursday off, rest, complete physical recovery, good nutrition, good sleep, complete psychological recovery, feeling ready, feeling fired up actually. That's how it should be. What we're doing today, front squats, Zerker squats, military press, and then some clean and jerk. Again, not overcomplicating the session. Nice and simple, nice complementary exercises. This is the first time I've done front squat for goodness me, must be 6 or 7 months. We'll go up to 80. Do I feel recovered after the last session? Yeah, I feel nice and recovered. The main area has been the shoulders after doing the dips, and the lower back after doing the deadlift. And remember, again, you're not losing anything, because with the dips, heavy dips the other day, weighted dips on the chain in the previous live stream, which was called "This will help," or "This will strengthen your bench press." Although the predominant muscles were triceps and pectoralis major, we still would have had some shoulder work going on. So in this session now, by doing some front squats and some overhead military press, we are hitting the shoulders a bit more directly, but they've also had enough time to recover, so you're still hitting them twice a week. Lots of volume, lots of weight. I've not done this for a while, so I'm going to slowly build up over the next few weeks, a few months, certainly thinking long term again. And the reason why I'm doing this is because a common, particularly weak area in people is actually their thoracic spine, which is the middle of the back, where all the ribs, most of the ribs attach to. So you've got your cervical spine, which is essentially your neck. And you've got your lumbar spine at the bottom, and in the middle is quite a weak area. It's very hard to strengthen. The middle of the back, the thoracic spine, is actually, the majority of movement there is actually rotation. And that's purely because of the way something called the facet joints, the way the facet joints are angled. And slowly the gradient of the facet joints change the lower down the spine we go. Essentially, the higher up, the more vertical they are. They allow some rotation, freedom of movement. Although rotation is the main movement there, actually, when we've got this weight in front of us, as in the front squat, or later on when we go to do the clean and jerk, essentially we have a weight in front of our center of gravity, and it's going to pull us forward. And it's actually really hard to have the middle of the back strong enough to actually keep that spine nice and straight and your shoulders up and your chest up. If you're weak in the thoracic spine, you will fold in the middle, and your lower back and your neck will be taking all of the strain. So it's really important to strengthen all the shoulder girdle and the middle of the back, the thoracic spine essentially. So how to get the thoracic spine stronger? Front squats. I like to do Zercher squats, which we'll do next. I'm going to do 3 sets on this and then 3 sets on the Zercher squat. They are not as heavy as the back squat that we were doing when we were hitting 130, 135, but they're a much more technical exercise. There's a bit of different demand and a bit of different stress on the body as well, including the biceps and the thoracic spine and the stomach and the lower back and the traps. But we'll talk more about that as we go through. We'll do another set. So that's 80 now. So I don't know what my working weight is going to be because I've not done it for a while. So welcome back. As usual, guys, thumbs up on the video. That's a massive help. So like the video. For the audio, as usual, because I don't know if the audio is, should be kicked in. I think apart from the first 2 live streams, which are pilot live streams, I was testing out the equipment. I think we've cracked the audio now. I think we've cracked it. It's been really, really good ever since. And audio is always the hardest part. Right, light sweat, heavy weight. Still got a light sweat on from my warm up. Let's get a bit more going. Two, 3, 4. Feels really nice. Technique. Shoulders nice and high. Elbows nice and high. Lat nice and stretched through. Shoulders up. Level. You sort of want a 90-degree angle here. Wrists, flexor tendons all extended. Bar sits in almost right in the gullet, the top of the thoracic outlet. It's called the thoracic outlet. Can become compressed. Does contain brachial plexus, lots of vital vessels coming through the thoracic outlet. You want it sitting right up here on the manubrium, top of the manubrium, and at the top of the manubriosternal and sternoclavicular joint here. Got to be careful with this sternoclavicular joint. It does contain a small disc, but it's quite difficult to injure it, usually high-speed trauma. But we want to get this bar tucked right nice in, nice and high. Thoracic spine up, shoulders up. Very good. Strength right through the body. Strength gains. Don't have to go too heavy. Can go very heavy with front squat, really heavy. There's people, Olympic level athletes doing ridiculous, plus 120, plus 150, even higher than that. Particularly some of the Chinese team athletes, unbelievable front squat. But these are top level Olympic athletes, So you can go pretty heavy. Me personally, I have to be realistic about what I can achieve as a natural trainer. Remember, I want to stay fit for the long term. I'm not going to go to the Olympics, do you know what I mean? Well, I might do, hopefully one day I might go to watch. But in terms of my limit and my capacity, I want to make sure that I'm not going to injure myself, I'm not going to injure my lower back, I'm not going to strain my neck or my shoulder, and I'm going to be safe really. But enough stimulation to keep that physical fitness and that mobility. Let's do another set. So this is a nice variety on squat, a really nice variety from the back squat as well. So you can step away from back squats for a few weeks and do some front squats. It'll complement the clean and jerk. And the Zercher squats that we do next are really, really complementary as well. Beautiful exercises to have in your toolkit. Okay, let's do another one. Felt really nice. So we might go up to 90 or 100 because this feels nice, but I'm still just warming up, still just getting that motor pattern going, you know. Switch on that motor cortex, switch on my cerebellum, get my balance back, get my coordination back, get my plasticity charged up. Nice and charged. Yes, so nice. Awesome. So, I reckon Cześć pan, jak się ma? Dobrze, czujesz dobrze. Jak się powiedzieć front squat? Dużo, nie, 18, 80 i następna może być 100. 100. 100. 100. I think, do you know what? We're all right there actually. We'll just put the additional 10 on. 100's going to be a challenge. See you soon. Good to exercise my language skills as well. Good for the language cortex. Right, let's see how this is. I've got to be honest with myself though. This might be tough. Really tough. But we'll give it a go. We've got three sets, and we'll do Zerker squats. 3 sets, 5 to 6 range, 4 to 6 range is good. Nice and tight in the stomach. I've got a big breath in when I take that onto my chest and my shoulders. I'm puffed up, I'm holding that bar up, I'm shrugging my shoulders a little bit as well. I've got the bar resting right across the top of my chest, almost like a shelf. Ooh. Yeah. Are we ready? Great for the shoulders as well, beautiful. Right through, thickness through the back, width through the back, deep core strength right through. Really healthy for the spine. If you're going too heavy though, of course I have seen people, and I've known of people who have injured their lumbar spine doing this because they're going too heavy, you know. And they're going so heavy that it's forcing them into flexion. They've not got the strength, as I mentioned, in the thoracic spine to stay upright and keep that spine nice and working as a continuity, working as a unit. Whew. Right, let's do another set. Light sweat. heavy weight. See if we can get the reps out. Oh. Big breath. Ooh. Two. Three. Ooh. Beast. That was tough. Woo. But still warming up. Nervous system. Switching on. Neural training. Charged up. Supercharged. Next set. First set, as I mentioned, in the squats, heavy deadlifts. First set, always a bit grisly. Whew. Always a bit grisly. Feeling. Whew. Second set, smoother. Third set, flying. Third set feels energized, really energized. You start feeling fresh. Quick water break. Awesome. Welcome, guys. Like the video for the audio. And so far, the consistency's been amazing. Amazing. So, this is our third week. We're pushing. We've had 500, 600. Now we're very close to 700 views. So I'm really proud of that, really. You've got to celebrate the small milestones as well, do you know what I mean? So nearly 700 views just for a live stream. And I don't post any other videos, no other content yet. There will be more content later in terms of research, discussion around medical topics, discussion around injuries, biomechanics, basic sciences, medical stuff. But it will be tailored to a broader audience because I think that's what's needed. And we'll look at what's happening, latest and greatest. So it's pretty good. It's a beautiful life. Get to be strong, get to be smart, get to learn. Can't ask for much more, really, can you? So, thumbs up. Ah. I've got another minute and a half. Straight into another set. Nice and warm. So, okay. Flexibility in the wrists. Flexibility in the wrist is huge for this. It's actually really technically very difficult to get your wrists really extended, if anything hyperextended, and the flexors in your forearm. Flex digitorum profundus, superficialis, palmaris longus if you've got one. Not everybody has one of those. I don't think I've got one actually. I'm one of the few percentage that doesn't have a palmaris longus muscle. Flexor carpi radialis, flexor carpi ulnaris, longus brevis. Get them really stretched out. It's very hard, technically very hard. So some of the strength work is great fun, great variety, but some of it's technically difficult as well. So that's why you go slow. Don't ramp the weight up too high, because it will take time to adapt to the techniques. Let's do another set. Light sweat, heavy weight. Hopefully a bit smoother this time. Okay, here we go. Come on. Nice and strong. Nice and strong. Ah, yes. Woo. Supercharged. Supercharged for strength. That's just beautiful, just beautiful. Oh, boy's enjoying himself. No better place to be. Friday nights, Sunday afternoons, Tuesdays. Usually Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, depending on schedule. Lots of things going on. Whew, wow. 3-minute rest. Minimum 3-minute rest to 5-minute rest, in line with ACSM guidelines. Can take longer, some people take longer, particularly as the weight gets heavier, and you may need longer to recover. So appreciate that, listen to your body as well. Do you have enough space to get through for the stage? Have you got enough space to get through for the stage? It's all in pieces, isn't it? So yeah, you'll be fine. Are you fighting tomorrow? No? Some MMA. MMA, is it, yeah? Yeah. MMA match going on. Last set. Awesome. Oh, stretch through. See, this stretch through thoracic spine as well. Pushing the neck and head forwards and down, stretching up through the arm, pulling through the arms, releasing that tension. Upper thoracic, lower cervical spine, decompressed. Can also hang, as we did during the heavy squats. We can hang from the bar as well. Decompress the spine. Nice traction. Relieves any tension through the spine. I think we've got a minute and a half. About a minute and a half. I do need a little stopwatch actually, because I used to use my phone as the timer, but the phone is now recording. So I need a little something. Accurately get the 3 minutes or so. Last set, big one, big drive. That fourth rep was hard. That fourth, fifth rep last was hard. I felt my shoulder getting tired, fatigue kicking in. So that's why you got to go slow. Because once you stick with the same weight, and as you go over the reps and then the sets, you soon don't realize that it does build up, it does add up, and you do get tired. But that's where the strength lies. That's where the gains are in the strength. Beautiful. Big set. Here. Yeah. Last set. This is tough. But next time we come, I'm sure we'll be even stronger. Okay. Three, two. Oh. Big breath. One, two, three. Wow, that was tough. Oh, wow. Wow. Zerker squats. Need one piece of equipment. Oh. There it is. Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah. So, let's get this set up pronto. Oh, oops a daisy. It's my fault for taking the clips off one side. That's what can happen. That's a good demo of how not to do it. Metal rimmed weight plates slide off. I mentioned that in the other video. Can happen. Luckily, no harm was done. And if that does happen, sometimes no reaction is better. Because if I tried to catch it, I would have dislocated my shoulder or something. So sometimes just let it fall, let the weight go. Because the weight will always survive. But if you try to rescue it and hurt yourself, you'll hurt for a long time. Just let the weight go. Now we can put the weight and the clips on. So that's what happens with these metal rimmed discs. They slide off, you see. Very slippy. Point in case. So we got this to about this height. I think that's a reasonable height. Sometimes hard to judge. So this is how to get a stronger, how to get a stronger thoracic spine. This is the second exercise after the front squat that I'll demonstrate, and we'll do some reps and sets on this. This is a beautiful exercise, and we'll talk more about it, but let me do a set first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, yes, power, explosive, physical, functional, physical fitness, agility, speed, explosiveness, balance. Fantastic for strengthening the thoracic spine, fantastic for strengthening if you've got small or weak upper fibers of trapezius, shoulders, weight of the bar. I'm gripping through the foam roller. I'm gripping here in a mid-grip position. I'm not doing it in a completely supinated position, meaning my palm is to the roof. I'm not doing it in that position. There's far too much strain through the biceps brachialis, biceps brachii, and the brachialis. I'm coming into this mid position where I've got a little bit of biceps activation, a bit of brachialis activation, and I've got coracobrachialis, and I've got some flexor, some extensor tendons kicking in as well. And that's going to protect your bicep tendon. You don't want to tear it. This exercise can tear your biceps tendon. I've seen it. So you don't want to, first of all, go too heavy. You don't want to be gripping it in the supinated position, putting too much pressure directly through that tendon. And also then, you don't want to be putting your arm directly in contact with the bar, because the pressure per square centimetre or per square inch around there is going to be a lot higher through that metal bar over a small surface area of the arm, a lot more pressure. This softens it out, spreads the weight a little bit, and it spreads the weight over a larger surface area, meaning the weight is spread over the forearm a bit more evenly. There's less pressure on the tendons. You don't want to rupture the tendon. You want to get the benefit of the exercise, which is to stimulate the arms, stimulate the shoulders, stimulate the upper back, the middle back, all the abdominal core muscles. It'll hit your legs, your glutes, your hams, your quads. It's a beautiful exercise, and I don't know if I've ever seen anybody else do it, to be honest. It's quite old school. It's underrated. It's one of the most underrated variations of squat, but I love it. I think it's really took my squat, my deadlift, and the Olympic lifts to the next level. I think it's given me much deeper activation and much deeper stimulation of my core muscles as well, because remember, similar to the front squat, the bar is in front of us, albeit a little bit lower, so it's still pulling me forwards from my center of gravity, and it really gets those abs activated. It really gets all those deep spinal muscles completely activated, and it gets the stability around the spine that you need for safety. I'm going to do another warm-up set because that felt really nice. So this is sensible, beautiful. Mid-grip. I can clasp my hands if I want to. Sometimes I don't. Shoulders back, nice and high. Spine nice and straight. And we'll bang out 3 sets of this. I think that's a little bit low, and I don't want to be bending over with a heavier weight, so I want to put that up a little bit. Maybe 1 is enough. More weight. Put a little bit more on now. So again, with this one, it's certainly not as strong as my back squat, but it doesn't have to be. I'm using it for a completely different stimulation. And boy, do you get strong off this. Really. The first time you do it, you will come to appreciate your breathing, particularly as we get heavier. The weight of this Zercher squat pressed against your arms, pressed against your diaphragm here, your kind of solar plexus is the layman's term, bottom of the Ziffy sternum, top of the abdomen, diaphragm, lower lungs, arms, all compressed down here now. You'll really come to appreciate, particularly when it gets heavier, you'll really come to appreciate your breathing when you're under strain. This will really help your breathing technique. Well worth getting into your sessions. Do your Zercher squats. Don't have to go heavy. Don't have to go heavy at all. But an absolutely brilliant complementary exercise to all of your other lower body and upper body training that you're doing. Will really bring on those traps, really bring on that back, width, thickness, abs, tapering through. Thumbs up on the video, guys. Yes. Doing what we love, doing what we enjoy every day. Ooh. Well warm now. Nice and strong. Let's do another set. Whew. You'll probably see all those traps activated. Yeah. What's on there now? 40. We'll go up to 80. Don't need to go too heavy on this. Still get good stimulation. Slowly build up. Wow. Good stretch. Decompress. Next set coming up. See how this feels on 80. Feels really nice. I feel it pulling all through my lower back around. So that transverse abdominis muscle, quadratus lumborum, all activated. Works right through, down, deep into the core, deep pelvis. Fantastic exercise. Go light, go safe. Get the benefit of the exercise. Don't rush. Nice and steady. Breathing technique, beautiful. Takes many, many years. Patience is the key. When you start strength training, you'll see a difference after as little as 6 sessions, which means 2 weeks basically, because you're doing 3 sessions a week. So 6 sessions is 2 weeks, 12 sessions a month on average. You'll see a difference in your strength, certainly within the first 2 weeks. The long-term growth, strength, complexion, shape that you take, hey, be patient, might take another 5 months, might take another 6 months, but by the time you come to the end of the strength season, you'll just be feeling so full, and you'll just be really reaping the benefits of being patient and going steady and getting through all those reps, getting through all those sets. Let's do another set, I think we're ready. Yeah. That feels just right. Yeah. So that's 80. I think that feels really good. Really safe. Really nice. Stimulating. 7 reps, couple in the tank. Got a bit of a buffer. Could go a little bit heavier if I wanted to. But with 2 more sets now, and then next time I come to do this, hey, yeah, might throw another 5 kilos, 2.5, 5, maybe even go up to 90. So we'll do the weightlifting next. We'll do the clean and jerk. So I've got the weightlifting suit on, ready, nice and compressed right through. Got the weightlifting shoes as well. It's well worth to invest in a pair of nice wedged weightlifting shoes. Having the right equipment is key. Compression, tight. I personally like the Adidas BOA. They're from 2016. They've got a BOA restrictor that tightens up around the forefoot to stop it slipping, as well as laces. You've got like a wire tightener. They don't make them anymore. There are other shoes on the market. I haven't tested them. I haven't worn those other weightlifting shoes personally. A lot of them have got Velcro straps and laces, but to be honest, I think you can't beat the wire restrictor with the laces. I wouldn't, Velcro. I don't know if I would use a Velcro shoe. It's got Velcro with laces, but I prefer something much more taut. To do the weightlifting next. We'll do some shoulder press actually. So we've done front squat, zercher squat, 3 sets each. Because normally we would do 5 sets of back squat. So if we've done 6 sets, but across 2 different types of squat on a slightly lower weight volume, we've done 6 sets essentially. Then we do some shoulder press, and then we'll do the weightlifting, because the weightlifting will involve our deadlift, front squat, higher, and then shoulder press for the clean and jerk overhead. Got my breath back now. I think we're ready for another set. Yes. Woo. Mid grip. Ooh. Wow. Yeah. Zerka squats will change your life. They'll change your entire strength. Everything else will just go up. Deep core strength, really helpful for your lower back, really helpful for your shoulders. Oh. One more set. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll do 2 sets on shoulder press. We're going to hit them again in 48 hours doing bench press. So, and we hit them 72 hours ago doing the dips. So there's lots of shoulder work in there. Similar to in the last video, I mentioned about the biceps. They get hit a lot. The biceps are getting hit a lot again here now. So we did bicep curl last time. Now we're doing Zerka squat, engaging the biceps again. We did deadlift last time as well. We're going to be doing chin-ups, rowing. So these smaller muscles like your shoulders and your biceps, they're going to get hit. And they will grow, they will get stronger. And then later on during the conditioning phase, when you start doing the conditioning in the bodybuilding, then you can start doing, 2 or 3 exercises, maybe 2. If you're working hard enough, 2 exercises for the biceps, 3 exercises, maybe 2, I think 2, if you're working hard enough. Getting those peaks, getting the biceps really peaked, getting that top point up on the long head, particularly the long head of biceps, will have a peak to it if you work it hard enough. Getting the triceps nice and shaped, sculpted. We do all the conditioning later on. Focus now on just getting the bulk, getting that size. All the conditioning and details will come later. Wow. Almost ready for another set. Yeah. Thumbs up, guys. Costs you nothing. Little click. Lose nothing, cost nothing. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. I think we're ready, aren't we? Feeling good, feeling strong. Nice and steady, nice and tidy. Oof. Ooh. Yeah. Yes, that is such a beneficial exercise. Oh, I'm so fired up for that. Yes. I will be doing shorter format videos as well, guys, podcasts, but I'm going to stick with the live streams for now. Just to develop slowly, develop organically. I want it to be high quality rather than lots of quantity but poor quality. Always high quality. Worth your while. Wow. So I'll tell you what we'll do actually. We'll keep these. We'll keep these because we use them for shoulder press. So a little bit of forward planning needed sometimes. Yeah. That looks good, doesn't it? This will warm our shoulders up going into clean and jerk, the Olympic lifts. We'll talk more about that soon, about how it's absolutely essential to bring on your all-round strength and physical fitness, to incorporate the Olympic lifts into your sessions. Ooh. That is good. More weight. 5's going on. Two sets, only 2 sets. 2 sets. Ooh. Feeling great. So shoulder press. Bring the camera up a little bit. 2 sets. We'll do 4 to 6 reps. So those chairs, all those chairs are there because there's some kind of mixed martial arts fight going on tomorrow, so they're the cheap seats. Yeah. Come on, light sweat, heavy weight. Well, at the moment it's light sweat, lightweight, isn't it? So let's have a go. Full range. Not arching your back. Lock out. No jumping like this. You see the guys jumping, getting the knees in. You're missing this early part of range where your shoulders will press. You don't want your knees and momentum to be getting up. You need your shoulders to be working honestly right through full range. Lock your knees out, or a slight bend if you want, but I like to lock. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abs. All shoulders. True technique, true work. None of this. You're losing, what, 30%? The first 30 degrees, 40 degrees. So if it's too heavy and you've got to cheat, it's too heavy, don't cheat. There will be a point when you are very heavy and you're doing the clean and you will have that momentum. That's fine because it's part of the Olympic lift. But here, we're breaking that movement down into a pure shoulder press. So we want it to really tax the shoulders and be very honest and see how strong they are and get them working for them to grow through this range all the way up through to the top. Another warm-up set. Another warm-up. Get the shoulders nice. Shoulders can never be too warm, you know. And at the top, there's a little bit of extra movement there. Coming all the way back. So let's go up to 42 and a half, maybe 40. Should we go 50? Let's go 50 kilos. I think we're feeling good. 50 should be good. Yeah. 2 sets on 50, 6 reps each. 4 to 6 reps each. Should set us up nicely for the clean and jerk. Ooh. Yeah. Keep them handy. Hello. Have you finished with this?
Yeah.
Have you? I'm going to do some cleans and jerks next. Yeah, should be enough space there, shouldn't there? Yeah. Yeah, it's all right for now. I think there'll be enough space there. Just in case I tumble. You know? You feel tired?
No, I feel that twinge in my shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just talking to the guys actually about the importance of shoulders and keeping them nice and warm, yeah. Is that today, is it? You got a twinge?
Yeah.
From that, perhaps? Overhead press?
It's heavy.
Yeah, it's not too heavy. It's 35 kilos, isn't it?
I've been loaded it as well.
Ah, right.
Normally I'm pressing 7 kilo dumbbells.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah, you're doing well though. Since I last saw you, you're doing fantastic. A lot of progress. Dumbbell. Yeah, risky. Dumbbell's always risky for the shoulders. That's fantastic. Record breaker. Next set. Yes, come on. One more set. So, gentleman was just saying about twinge in his shoulder, it's hurt his shoulder. Again, you know, overdoing it, dumbbells, too heavy, it'll catch you out, you know, so warm up nicely, go steady. I like to stick with the barbell personally, and I save the dumbbells more for conditioning, more for slightly lighter weight during the bodybuilding phase. 6 or 7 months from now, get the dumbbells out, play around, do lots of variation. But I think if you want to go heavy and you want to build strength, protect and look after the shoulders. I've always found what works for me, it's my own view, because I have to look after myself. I find the barbell nice and steady. I will sometimes do dumbbell curl and press, but again, I'm working the shoulders both at the same time. I'm not going too heavy, and I do it for all-round bicep and shoulder, upper limb, combined, compound, exercise, essentially, a combination movement to really get that curl and press. I think the dumbbells are useful for that during the strength phase. But to really isolate the shoulder at the moment and just doing, one-arm presses and stuff, I think it's fantastic if you can do it. But I think you do risk injuries, you do risk twinges, you do risk hurting the tricep as well. Particularly in this position here, when it's loaded up, your arm is up in the air, it's kind of flexed 90 degrees, abducted 90 degrees. It's so heavy, your arm externally rotates and you want to press it, you do risk tricep injuries as well. And you want to stay injury free. We'll do another set. Ooh. So, low risk. Second set, last set on the shoulders. One. Yeah, see, that's nice. Lots of control. And remember as well, controlling that negative phase. Lots of benefit from doing that. Keeping that negative phase nice and smooth. No arching your back, not leaning back. If you're leaning back during the military press, anything overhead, you risk hurting the disc in your lower back. You can hurt the discs if you're arching backwards and loading up. So be very careful. Build up nice and slow. Right, let's do some weightlifting. We're going to do the clean and jerk. So we'll get warmed up. Whew. Let's get rid of some of these chairs for safety. So we should be well warmed up, but it's about warming up the motor pattern. Just 1 second. What are you showing me, mate?
Check your handle on that. 68 kilos.
Oh, that's massive, yeah. Look at that. Yes. Well done. Nice overhead press. Yeah.
Steady.
Yeah.
Try and ease it, press the weight away from you, and up that.
Yeah.
Just the way it's balanced.
It's all good.
Took me ages to lift, so just the weight didn't go all the way on one side.
Yeah, technique's hard. Technique's really hard. Okay. Time for some weightlifting. We're going to do the clean and jerk. And this is for our functional fitness, physical fitness. Incorporate this into your program. It takes a long time to learn. What do I recommend? I recommend you actually get a qualified, certified weightlifting coach to teach you the proper technique, not a personal trainer, not somebody who's, keepfit.com. Those guys, they're in it for their own business. I think you need a proper strength and conditioning coach that's worked with athletes, that's either ACSM qualified, American College of Sports Medicine qualified, or an Olympic weightlifting coach who knows what they're talking about. That's who I was taught by, and I found that even after many years of doing strength work and then breaking off and doing the bodybuilding and cutting down and cutting into all that physique and that shape, I found that later on, when I was a late starter doing the Olympic lifting. I haven't always done it. I came into that further into my strength training. But I tell you, when I did start and I had all the foundation from doing the heavy squats and the heavy deadlifts and the bench press, the shoulder press, the chin up, having all that foundation of strength around me, after many years of building it, I found it quite easy to do this and adapt to it. But it's still not my strongest exercise. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to push and increase the weight up, and every season, every year that I go through strength training, I find that I do get stronger. I am able to lift a bit more. My technique is a bit better, but it is a hard exercise. But I did notice when it was incorporated into my strength work and I started doing it like today with the front squats, the circle squats, the back squats, the bench press, the deadlift and so on, when I started doing some of this as incorporating it into my program essentially, I found that again, just accelerated the rest of my strength, accelerated and complemented all the other areas as well. It was absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend you do learn it and learn it properly. There is a high risk of injury. I think that's why you have to learn it properly. And I recommend building a good foundation of other strength in other areas first as well. I find the clean and jerk a little bit easier than the snatch. We're going to do clean and jerk today. We'll do snatch on another day. Again, I haven't done it for a long time, so we need some technical improvements as well. We did the clean and jerk a few weeks ago though in the pilot live stream. This is really good for physical fitness, physical function, agility, balance, flexibility. So anyway, let's do a bit of warm up. This is why we wear the weightlifting suit as well, so we're compressed throughout when we're doing strength work. So it combines and builds in lots of our exercises. Essentially, we've got a deadlift here, and then we're going to try and get it up and above our head. But I need to warm up a little bit first of all, get these hips warm. And we did the front squat earlier, and the front squat will help when we come to clean the bar right up. Okay, so that feels nice and warm, that deadlift phase. What I may need to do is take the microphone off because the bar may hit the microphone as I'm doing it, so purely observational now. Try it with the mic, we might be able to. I put it on the inside, let's see. sure it'll be all right up there. Awesome. Okay. Ooh. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thumbs up on the video, like the video. You're just joining at a time when we're doing our Olympic weightlifting, an essential part of all strength training. Keeps you nice and athletic. Clean phase. Start off nice and light. Nice and light. Ooh. Let it build up nice and slow. Oof. Yeah. Nice. I think what we'll do, we shall move. There's a little bit of space over. It's a little bit better if we go onto this part of the gym. Yeah. I think you can see a bit better as well. Appreciate that a bit more. Much better for the viewers. Awesome. So first warm-up set. I've only got 40 kilos on the bar. That's all we need just to get nice and loose. Lots of power, lots of explosivity. Yeah. Yeah. So. More weight. I feel nice and warm already because the previous exercises were really complementary. So again, that's why the program is designed like that, so your previous exercises set you up nicely. I think we'll go up to 50. Legs feel nice and warm after doing those two squat variations. Whew. Let's grab a 10. Yeah. So I switched to metal clips. The plastic ones are slipping. There is 60 kilos on the bar, which is fine. That works for me at the minute. I'm just at the very start of this strength season, so I've got to make sure my technique is good, make sure I'm getting the benefit of the exercise, and we'll slowly build it up. If we accomplish 60 today, we can probably do 65, 70 next time, and then over the next 6 months, we'll see if we can Ideally, it'd be nice to get to like 100 kilos. I think that'd be really good. But to do that, we're going to need a lot more strength in the spine, strength in the abs, all those front squats we did earlier. All those complementary exercises will help to increase our clean and jerk. Sound. Ready for another set. Wow. Quick water break. another set. Yes. Oh, wow. That's difficult after having not done it for so long. But what I do feel is the planning of doing those front squats and the Zercher squats and the shoulder press first, and then coming into this, everything just feels beautiful, just switched on, absolutely stunning. So if I hadn't done the front squats and the Zercher squats, I feel that during the pull through squat and catch, during this phase here, I'm going to fall forwards, or I wouldn't have had the activation of the muscles, because I feel so charged up and I've previously done those sets and exercises. I feel so strong in the base, and the trick to it really is to go really low. I find what I was taught as well is when you come under the bar and get really, really low, I find that so much more beneficial, because your full body is right underneath it and you can really drive. What I have noticed is in some people, when they clean the bar, they kind of come halfway and they're kind of not completely underneath it and they're not completely over it. And they're kind of here in this mid phase. They still manage to get the bar up and jerk it, but I find that if you're not fully committed, again, you just leave yourself vulnerable to back pain and injury. By coming right through, that feels a lot more natural, getting your the lower part of your body, legs and torso, right underneath the bar. And really driving through, I feel that is much, much better. And I think if you actually watch the Olympic Games, that is how they do it. They get fully, completely under the bar. Because as you get heavier and heavier, it will find you out. You will only be able to go so far with this kind of technique where you're halfway. You have to have the leg strength, the glute strength, the back strength to trust yourself to go right underneath and drive through. The heavier you go, it will find you out. And you will need to rely on the technique that gets you right under the bar. So I highly recommend learning properly. But I'm not an Olympic weightlifting coach. I'm speaking from experience of doing this and combining it with my training. I have been taught by Olympic weightlifting coaches in Crystal Palace. Fantastic people, fantastic gym. Crystal Palace, London, the proper weightlifting gym, taught properly by the guys there. But I highly recommend getting a proper coach. And again, if you're putting in the hard reps and the hard work, doing the heavy squats, doing the deadlifts, doing the front squats, doing the Zercher squats, doing the overhead, doing the power cleans, then you should trust yourself and you've got to use that investment that you've made in your power and strength to get under the bar and drive through. Use the strength and power that you have in your legs and the strength and power that you have in your abdomen and your back and your chest. I think we need to do another set. I think that's about 3 minutes. Last set. And then we're done. That was a fantastic session for the first session of the week. Next session will be on Friday. No, what are we today? We are Friday today. So next session is going to be Sunday. Sunday sessions. Fantastic. So we're doing some bench press and probably a couple of other surprises. Keep it nice and fresh, nice and stimulatory for the body. Lots of variety. Always strengthening. Got some good ideas. But we're due a bench press session, aren't we? Yeah, a bit of bench. Here we go. Awesome. So, let's get some rest. Final thoughts, excellently planned complementary session. Bearing in mind the movements as well in the exercises, such as the clean and jerk just there. We are deadlifting, we are shoulder pressing, we are front squatting. All those movements are involved and incorporated into the whole exercise. The beauty of the weightlifting, the Olympic lifts, is it brings together all of your other strength work that you're doing into a more functional combined movement. So it's difficult, not everybody can do it. It takes time to learn. It's well worth learning. I know that the CrossFit guys do the cleans, but a CrossFit clean is quite different than an Olympic lift clean. The Olympic lift clean I find is much safer and much more functional, and will work your lower body a bit more. I find the CrossFit clean is a kind of half committal type clean, and I think you're going to get injuries and back problems from doing that. It's just my opinion. But trust your squats, trust your deadlifts, trust your front squats, trust your shoulder power, and incorporate that into your workout. Get a proper coach. We'll do the snatch. Next time I do an Olympic lift, to do the snatch, I like to alternate them. I haven't done snatch in ages, so to be completely honest, I'm going to be really rusty. But again, no ego. I'm happy to lighten the weight, learn the technique, learn the motor pattern, learn the plasticity again, and I'm sure after a while the other global strength will complement it, and I'll be able to jump up the weight a little bit more progressively. But the snatch is good. So it's a nice way to tie in all the other strength that you're doing. So yeah, thanks for joining, and thumbs up on the video, guys. It really helps. We've been so consistent so far with the views and the likes, and we've only been doing it 3 weeks. I think it's absolutely amazing. So I'd like to do a lot more with the channel, with a lot of really good ideas, but I want it to be absolute quality. I want it to be, you know, really enjoyable as well, certainly from a doctor's perspective as well, and as a former physiotherapist and someone who's always interested in health and science really as well. So appreciate it. Thanks for joining. And I'm gonna get some food because I'm really hungry. I think it's steak night tonight. But to be honest, it's steak night every night. So awesome, we've tidied up. Good, shower time. See you later.